was actually the one who started the friendship when I met him, and I also struck the friendship into a dating relationship. Don't give me that eye. I'll explain everything to you in details. Welcome to this video, and in this video I'll be sharing with you how I was able to get my best friend to become my boyfriend. Yes, I was actually able to do that in a short period of time. I was able to convert him from just being a friend, like a very good friend, to becoming a dating relationship, like boyfriend and courtship and all those. The idea of this video actually came from the fact that I get a lot of questions from people asking me that you say he's your best friend and now you're married to him. How did it all happen? It happened as the fact that we went to the same primary school and I did not know him at all. We also went to the same junior secondary school and I'm not sure I've ever set my eyes on him. And we also went to the same senior secondary school, and it was in his final year, which is known as SS3. Like it was just a term to WAEC. So before I even get to know him at all, and I know you by now, you'll be saying, how come you don't know him all this while? Like, you went to the same primary school, you went to the same junior secondary school, you went to the same senior secondary school, and you don't know him at all. That's God though. I don't do. I did not know him. And that's just to give you a picture of what our primary school actually looks like all of the schools we went to look like. For us, our primary school was a school that has 4 complete different schools inside of it. And that's not to tell you that maybe just set of people bought a compound and built 4 schools. No, it is government owned property, like government school. So that's to tell you that we are actually very plenty. It's not even about the fact that maybe somebody just got a land and then 20 people is here, 20 people is there. No, it is something that we have enough classrooms. So okay, that 4 schools now have their different names, have their own different students, and it's as much as the fact that you have primary 1A, primary 1B, primary 1C, and that's just the way our classes go. And think about it that I attended Coca Memorial Primary School, and we have pupil as much as this in our school. So thinking about it, that students are this much, you have primary 1 ABC, you don't even know everybody in your own confines of school alone, not to talk of knowing the external part of the other schools. And that's just the way it was. And for our junior secondary school as well, we had that same kind of setup where we had a whole building for one class, and the classroom should be like over 40 classrooms. That's apart from the lab, the laboratory, the workshops and other things that it also has. So that's to tell you that a school where a junior level where you have GS1, A, B, C, D and E. So it's actually very possible that you don't know somebody that is actually even in GS1 as you are. And come to think about it, that if the person is now in your senior level like SS2 or GS2 or GS3, it's actually very possible that you also would not know them. And that was just the scenario. I actually feel I know a lot of people, but I later realized after I discovered that there's somebody very, very important in that school. In all the school I ever went to, that I've not met. So it made it clear to me that I actually did not know everyone. I feel like I know a very set of little people, because if I don't know this guy I want to talk about now, I never know how did I now finally meet this guy. When we got to SS level, one of my mentors in church, just a group leader, told me that there's somebody behind Christina, that I should tell the person to reach out to him and stuff like that. And so I said, okay. And then I go back to school the second day and asked a colleague in class, like my classmate, and said, Alpha, do you know the person behind Christina? And this particular person says I should collect his contact, that he wants to give him information, that he has information to give him. So I just told this my classmate, and he said, you don't know him. He even won this social award when they did the prize giving for last term. He did this, he's active in fellowship, he's taking PRO post in fellowship, he did president in junior level, that was our GS level, that he has been very active. That don't I know him? I actually also go to fellowship, and our fellowship is also a place that, come to think of what I described for you now, that you have a classroom of over 40 classroom in a compound. How would you know everybody? Fellowship is as well. So we have this community of Christian bodies. It's just one body, and we're actually very plenty, where you can have 60-70 students attend a particular fellowship, and our fellowship is always every Friday. I was also an executive, but Okay, as at then, I wasn't an executive because I was in SS2 while he was in SS3. So it looks like as if maybe he would have passed out or something. I don't know how. I did not even know him all this while. It just looked like a mystery to me. And however, I'm grateful I finally met him. So this my classmate took me to him. And luckily for us, we met him in class because this my classmate know exactly his class. Luckily for us, we met him in class. And when we got to his class, I told him that this social person said I should get your number for him and other good stuff. So he wrote the number for me in a sheet of paper, and I actually kept it. When I got home, the first thing I did was to save the number on my phone. Don't look at me like that. I didn't have the intention of anything. I just saved it on my phone so that when I get to church, I can easily give it to that my leader who requested for it. So the next time I went to church, I gave it to my leader who requested for it, and that was just all about my leader. So I know now you are saying, how did you now become your friend? It's ordinary number they say you should go and collect. That remains a mystery. Oh. So after I actually gave my leader the contact he requested for, we often see at the assembly ground and sometimes fellowship and sometimes just in the school premises, and we would greet, and it became a thing of the fact that we started talking, and I observed that he's also a friend to some of my friends in my classroom. So I realized that he had some other people where they pray together, they do some other stuff together. He's actually a very cool guy. When you say somebody is gentle, he's actually a very gentle guy who really talks. So it happens that I have to stir up the conversation, because if I don't stir up that conversation, he's not gonna talk. He doesn't talk. He's very gentle, reserved, and all talking to him. And once in a while, I'll be like, I did not see you throughout last week at all. How far did you come to school? Because it was even a season where coming to school frequently wasn't that necessary for them again. Apart from lessons and all those things, they were preparing for WAEC. So I'll be like, did you come to school yesterday? And he will say yes and all those stuff. So I started telling him that we got into conversation at some point. Okay, we got into conversation at some point, and he told me where he was staying, and where he was staying is a road that can actually lead to my house. And I'm like, okay, now when you are going home, let's be going home together, since it's not like as if I have anybody that we used to go home together before. So that was how we started the conversation gradually, and it became a thing of the fact that even when I get home, I will still call him, and when I call him, he will pick my call, we'll talk, we'll chit chat and all those stuff. But at some point, he started feeling like as if I was requesting for maybe a relationship from the friendship and all those kind of stuff. Note, at that phase of time when I met him, it wasn't even a season where I wanted relationship at all, because I came out of a relationship I wasn't too happy about. Like, a lot of things happened, and as far as I was concerned, I wasn't thinking of relationship at that season of my life. Even if I would have think of relationship, maybe it would be like 2 years or 5 years or something later before I'll think of relationship. So I never even had relationship at the back of my mind at that season in my life. It was more of just pure friendship and all those, like just being a good girl and being a friend to somebody that I met, and that's just all it was. Prior to that time, I was even praying to God that I wanted a friend. I think that was why I was even much more at alert and conscious of the fact that this person that is here, because I wanted just friends around me. I told God that at that season of my life, I told God I didn't want a relationship. I just wanted friends with pure hearts, people we can find purpose together. Everybody would just live their life. You do you while I do my own. Like, what pleases me, like I want to go to school, you go. You want to learn work, you go. And you want to learn a skill, you go for it. And that was just the basic kind of friendship I want. So in my mind, I didn't have the mindset of the fact that I wanted a relationship or I wanted something more. No, that was not the thing. So I was just being me. But for him, he was getting a signal of the fact that this girl that calls all the time, this girl that talks to me all the time at school, and is always willing to talk every time I'm around her, are you sure she doesn't want extra? Where the first chase had to start. So he stopped picking call as often as he was doing before. He picks the call whenever he prefers to pick the call. And at some point, he will switch off the phone and even give me his sister's number and say, be calling her and be telling her anything you want to tell me when my number is now. No, he didn't even start that way. He would just switch off the phone and go for days, and I'll be like, sorry, you won't see him in school, you won't see him anywhere, and he will just switch off his phone. And then everybody I know around him will be like, he did not come to school. They didn't care much more than just a school friendship. So they would say he did not come to school, he did not come to school. I mean, I'll be like, why won't he just come to school? So by the time he's on in his phone and I try the line again and he goes, I'll be like, sorry, where have you been over a week now that your phone has been switched off? you've not been in school and all those stuff, and you'll be like, I went for a program, administration and all those kind of things. And I'll be like, okay, courtesy demand that when you're going for a program or an event or something that would demand, or a retreat, something that would demand your attention, that you won't have attention to give to friends and families, you should be able to tell them that, sorry, this so time of my life I won't be available, so that the other person knows that you won't be available and they won't be bothered about it. I was just saying it out of a heart of concern. And I would ask him often that, is it like you're not interested in the friendship? And he would say, no, it's not really like that. I went for a program. And I'm like, no, there's a way friendship is being done. I think at some point I was even like, wait, I don't understand. Is it that you don't want us to be talking again? And he would say it's not really an issue. Talking or not talking is not really an issue. It's just the fact that he has things he has to do. And so I had to start learning how to know his schedules, things he's doing and all those stuff. Just from a pure heart of friendship. And gradually, because I was doing that, I never knew that it was winning his heart. So I was able to win his heart to start seeing the good in me and start feeling like, oh my, this babe now potential girl. Even though he was feeling like as if before that, are you sure that it's not like as if this girl just want a relationship? But he saw that over time, I wasn't even saying anything like relationship. I was just being me, just being caring as I can be, just being a kind and nice girl. And from there, we started getting to know each other better. We started talking and things started getting better. We started acknowledging the fact that we are friends and we are actually very good friends. We tell ourselves whatever we are doing and what we want to do currently. He would tell me he wants to go for a program now, instead of just expecting me to call his sister and say that the sister should tell me wherever he goes. Because at some point when I started complaining, he gave me his sister number and say, okay, instead of you being bothered, just call her and ask her about me and she will tell you that I'm fine, so that you can know that I'm actually fine. But by the time I expressed my heart to him that I'm not sure that it's your sister I'm in friendship with, it's you I want to hear from if you are okay. And if you have an event, do let me know. Like, it's not an issue. I can't say you should not go for your programs. That with you say you should not go out to do things that matter to you. And so we got used to that, and he will often tell me when he's going out for his schedules and his program and things he has on his list to do. And that was just the beautiful part of where the relationship started. So we started getting closer to one another, and it was becoming a thing of the fact that he started considering it, and he said he put it into consideration and praying and asking God about it. And he got a confirmation. That will be a story for another day, what the confirmation was like and why he chose to say, will you be my girlfriend? That will be a story for another day, because that one alone is juicy. It's juicy. So that was how I was able to be the one single-handedly win his heart and convert him from just a random person I never knew to somebody who became my friend, somebody who became my boyfriend, and somebody who is now currently my husband. So it took us a long period of years to even do the friendship, because it was just plain friendship. I think about 7 years or so of just plain friendship, where no strings was attached, nothing was attached. It was just plainly being genuine, being loving to somebody. And I never even expect anything extra from it. I was expecting that one day my own husband was actually going to come, but I never know that all of my good art, all of my being a good baby girl was actually going to pay off and give me a husband in the future. And so currently now, he did not just ask me out to be his girlfriend, he also asked me to marry him. And I'm proud to say, yes, I do. I'm sure you're super excited for me, because this is something that is not often common. Many people start the relationship and the other person is not willing to take it further. But I'm grateful that, one, I never had the heart that I wanted it to become a relationship like marriage, because I never even saw anything like commitment. Because I told you that the phase where I met him, it wasn't a phase where I wanted relationship or anything like that. It was just a phase where I just wanted friends around me. I mean, people of healthy mindsets, people who have a vision, where they have somewhere they are going, because birds of the same feathers, they flock together. I just wanted people who would not influence me into doing what I did not want to do. Just like I had issue with relationship in the past, I wanted a redefinition of my friends, and that was just basically what I wanted. And so I just put in effort to being a good girl, even sometimes when he does things that looks like as if he didn't want the friendship. But over time, he saw value in the friendship and he saw how beneficial I was to him. And this is the same reason why he said, will you marry me? And I said yes gladly, because friendship with him has been a sweet journey. I mean, it is currently now. It is even very sweet of the fact that I married my friend. So it make communication, it make connection with him very, very easy. It even makes love and bonding actually very easy with him. And some of the advantages I have that I was able to marry someone that has been my best friend for over 7 years or 8 years now is that it even helped me not to have to struggle to say what will make the person happy. Literally, I know what will make him happy. You should know now. It's like having your best friend. Think about your best friend. Do you know the best color they like? Yes, that's exactly the way it is. Do you know the way they would like their food to be served? That's exactly the way it is for me. I actually know what I can do that will spike up love in his heart right now because of the fact that we spend time to communicate. I mean, we spend time to communicate on a deeper level to the point that he can even see things and tell, because over time, even when we're not married, you will see things and say, I don't like when a lady do this particular thing. Even as friends, you will be like, I don't like when a lady do this particular thing, and it just make me know that this particular thing shouldn't be done because he doesn't like it. And he also say things like, these are things that gives me joy, because like for example, when he sees ladies that are actually achieving purpose, doing, like, I mean, going out all their way and doing the best out of their life, females on the front rows doing things for their self and for their marriages, my husband is actually always very excited, and it tells me that fulfilling purpose is not even an option around him. And I'm super excited about that because that's also my desire. My desire is to fulfill purpose, and I mean live my life in full, live my life to its fullest potential. He thinks about how to make life easy. I just know it just helped. The fact that we did friendship before getting married actually make things trying to form for one another. You know, this is somebody that we've drank garri together, we've eaten pizza together, we've enjoyed the days that there are millions of naira, and we've also enjoyed the days that there are nothing much. So we know how to live in all season because we both went to school differently, and we know what school looks like. So we've enjoyed days where there's even no much to call, and we've enjoyed days when there's abundance of car, there's abundance of data to call. We've enjoyed planning things together. I mean, we've even done some little production together. We've tried several things together. We've done ministry together. We've done life in the literal sense even before marriage comes at all. So it looks like as if it's just a continuous journey for us. It's not necessarily like as if we are trying to find purpose now that we are married. We are trying to understand each other. We are trying to understand where are we going. We are not trying to. We are just living life based on the things we already used to do before, and the things we already planned that yes, we'll be doing with this particular extension of the relationship into a marriage relationship like this. And so this is just the beautiful part of being friends ahead of time. It makes us easy to connect with one another compared to struggling and striving and saying this is the head. I don't have to struggle to say this is the head. It's my man, and I actually understand that I deserve respect and honor, and he knows that I deserve love, and so he shows me love as much as he can. Like, I mean, he goes all out. My husband is somebody that goes all out to show me love as much as is in his capacity. Even sometimes he does some things I'm like, babe, no, you've gone too extra, like you've gone too extra, but he does it all the time just to show me that I'm valuable to him and I'm very, very important. I'm super excited that the friendship of knowing just a random guy who I never even knew all my life, like having to be in the same environment, and I never even set my eyes on him. I didn't have to date like every guy on the streets before I finally found the one. I'm super excited about it, that I didn't have to just be in the dating search and searching for who exactly is the one. God really, really defined my steps, and he brought me close to him, and I'm super grateful to God. And I'm also grateful to my husband, who saw potential in the fact that this relationship has capacity to build something and has capacity to be a blessing to our world. Because if not for him, probably you will be seeing a video like this. Is the push behind this kind of video that you are seeing, and you'll be like, you teach a lot about relationship, you've actually studied a lot about it, because of the fact that he knows how much I take time to study about it. And you'll be like, there are people who don't have access to some of those things you have access to pay for, some of the conferences you have access to attend, seminars, courses, and books that you've taken time to gather. I even created a video where I explain everything that I think is beneficial to you for your relationship. I'll be dropping the link to that video in the description of this video. Just go there and watch it out. I explain everything you basically need to understand about relationship and sustaining a healthy relationship. Actually, I explain everything from you knowing yourself, knowing your partner, and understanding how to sustain and maintain that healthy relationship, and even how to come out of toxic relationship, conflict resolution, and I mean practically everything you need to know about relationship. I'll drop the link in the description of this video. Just go there and watch it. I'm sure you will learn a whole lot. So I'm super excited that I was able to meet him at that face and time when I met him, because that's the best gift that I would say my secondary school gave me. Apart from secondary school leaving certificate, so my secondary school also gave me a husband, like a life partner that is as sweet as my husband. I'm super excited about the choices I make. I'm super excited about the fact that I did that little push. Some did it. Like some people will be like, don't do it, because if you do it for most men, they'll take advantage of it instead of them seeing potential in you or telling you that no, or maintaining the friendship as it is. They'll take advantage of you and start asking for things from you because you were the one who started. And when you don't agree, they'll say, so why did you lead me on and you did not agree to do other things with me, like sex and all those other things that might actually make you feel like as if the relationship was just a hurt, another big hurt to you again, or stress you mentally, or the person just taking use of the advantage of you who stirred up the relationship. So for me, I was the one who actually stirred up the friendship, stirred up everything, like I mean practically everything. But all thanks to my husband who saw the signal and just felt like this babe is actually a very good babe. I can go for her. Thank you so much for listening to my story of how I was able to turn around. For watching this video. My name is Temynna. Please let me know how you feel about this video, and don't forget to drop a comment of exactly how you feel about this video for me. And if you enjoy content like this from me, do ensure that you subscribe and on your notification bell so that when I upload beautiful content like this, you will also be notified. Thank you so much.